Have you ever tried to sit down and meditate and then come to like 10 minutes later and realize, I've just been thinking this whole time, and feel like you didn't get anything out of it? And you're like, I'm actually more stressed having sat here and just thought for 10 minutes than if I had just not done this at all. What if I told you the reason you think you're bad at meditating is actually the point of meditating? Let me start with a story. I was picking up my dog Leela from boarding a couple years ago, and I had been meditating for some time. I wasn't really sure if I was getting anything out of it, and I felt the same way. I felt like I was just sitting there and thinking the whole time. So I go to pick her up, and there's this huge area of fur just like shaved down to the skin right above her tail. And I'm like, I'm not upset. I assumed that like someone assumed that this was like a dog supposed to get a haircut, and they were wrong, and they're like, oh, take her back. So I'm like, haha. What happened here? Like, not upset. And they were like, oh, I don't know, I think she was like that. In my head, I'm like, well, I know for sure she wasn't like that. So then the groomer comes out and she's like, oh, I didn't do it. I'm the only one who has access to the tools, so I don't know. And now I'm starting to be like, okay, well, like clearly something happened here. I'm starting to get upset even though I wasn't upset originally. So then the manager comes out and she's like, oh yeah, I think I saw this other dog nipping at her, so that's probably why there's a chunk of fur missing. So this is the story you're gonna go with? Not the fact that someone accidentally shaved her, which is clearly what happened because there's like clean lines like the time you accidentally shaved your head as a kid, but that you were neglecting Leela so much that some other dog was able to nip at her enough that there's this chunk of hair missing from her? That's what you're gonna go with? So then I feel a fire coming up in me. And then I notice the fire coming up in me, and I stop. And I realize yelling at these people that just work here isn't gonna get me to the answer I'm looking for. And in that moment, I realized the power of meditation. The goal of meditation is not to sit down and not think for 10 minutes. The goal is to sit down and be mindful that you're thinking. Thoughts just come up. That's what they do. There's no way to stop them. Thoughts are like snowflakes. The faster you can be like, oh, that's a snowflake, the less likely it'll snowball into minutes of distracted thought. One of the main tenets of mindfulness, which is what we're trying to foster by meditating, is realizing that we're thinking. And with practice, trying to recognize that we're thinking faster and faster, shortening the distance between the snowflake appearing and the mindful realization that it's there. And being able to do this in our lives, being able to recognize thoughts or emotions when they appear, keeps them from being snowballs that end up taking over. So the reason you think you're bad at meditation actually means you're good at meditation.